All right, folks, let's take a real close look at it. I hope you're having a good day, good afternoon. I hope everything's going well for you. I hope you know Jesus Christ as your Savior. I'm speaking to you people who are living in Pennsylvania or those of you who are mailing in a ballot from the military or any other source voting for governor of Pennsylvania. Governor Josh Shapiro and the protege that he has for lieutenant governor are spending billions, I'm talking billions of dollars to buy school lunches. And his philosophy is if you feed a child, they'll get smarter, they'll be smarter, they'll do this, do that. No, he's spending money that he's not, it isn't his. You know, they keep giving these teachers and these schools billions and billions and billions of dollars in waste money. They need to stop funding sports. They need to stop buying dinner and breakfast and all these for kids. It's an aggravated assault on every taxpayer in the state of Pennsylvania or any other school district that does it worldwide. You know, when I went to school, I went to a one room schoolhouse for part of my training. Then I went to an elementary school. We didn't even have a regular cafeteria where you got hot lunches. Then we went to a multi-million dollar high school that was extravagant, that had a cafeteria that made school lunches, and they tried to shove all that nonsense food down your throat. Insisted that you drink that, don't eat this, don't eat that. But you know what? The government needs to get out of education completely. It's not a senior citizen's or a regular taxpayer's responsibility to buy lunches for kids going to school. If their parents are so poor that they can't afford breakfast for their own kids, then they should do a couple of things. They first of all should go out and get a job that pays more. They should homeschool so that they don't have to go to public schools, which is a better quality education in the first place. But the real problem we have right now is this same piece of garbage, and I'm going to call Shapiro what he is. He's garbage. Spends billions of dollars on concrete roads in the Harrisburg, Allentown, Pittsburgh area. Why in the world are we wasting money on concrete? It's uneven. You get clippity clop when you're going down the road driving with your car. It ruins your tires. It's overpriced and it doesn't hold up. Pennsylvania does not have a concrete climate for the highways. And Shapiro is too stupid to see, and I mean stupid. He's actually playing, trying to play smart, but he's about as intelligent as an earthworm out in the heat. So I'm asking you people who are voters, I'm asking you people who are taxpayers, because we are being crippled with taxes in the state of Pennsylvania. Josh Shapiro and his Democrats are guilty of many unfair laws. They don't care about the citizens in Pennsylvania. He tries to buy families votes by buying school lunches for their kids so the parents don't have to make breakfast. That's he's trying to make it look like he's trying to appease. What he's trying to do is destroying the minds of the young people, because when they provide everything for them, they don't have any initiative to go out and get a job when they get older. Just look at the workforce right now. Most of your college kids are lazy. They don't want to get a job. They don't want a job because it's not paying what they want. Most of them aren't worth what they're already getting, and I can tell you that because I worked in a factory that had hundreds of employees, and the laziest ones in there were the college graduate. So take a real close look at election this year. If you vote for Josh Shapiro, you're voting against yourself. Use your head. I'm a Republican, but you know what? I vote for whoever does the right thing for our country. And Josh Shapiro is a traitor and a communist. He's probably lower than a communist. I mean, he never even supported Israel during any of the war going on in Iran. He's just a liar. He's a thief. And most of your Democrats are liars, thieves, and traitors. They don't abide by the Constitution. They don't abide by any rights in Pennsylvania. If you think that all these data centers that's going up worldwide, and especially here in Pennsylvania, they have an advertisement on TV. Well, they're not wasting water. They're not doing this. They're not baloney. They're not. They're taking the water that's used for irrigation and put them in data centers. These data centers need to stop. They're collecting information about you and they're going to use it against you. It's like your phone companies and all going to AI. Anybody that's using AI is against you. AI is controlled by the devil, but so are these data centers, and so are these hospitals and everything that's using these data centers. Uh, I'm not allowing them to even use my information and pass it on anymore because the fact of it is, I don't trust them. And if you open your eyes and you look at most of your doctors and nurses, you can't trust them. You can't trust them because if you say something and they don't agree with it, they're going to use it against you. And I know people that they've taken their driver's license and everything away from them because a nurse or a doctor didn't like the way that person answered a question. So I'm you call me a little nutty, that's fine. That's okay. You can call me what you like. Don't call me late for dinner. Uh, the bottom line is, I know people personally that these nurses and doctors at Geisinger Medical Center took the driver's license away from people who were capable of driving. So never trust a healthcare worker completely because most of them are there for the money. Some of them are good people. I'm not saying they're not. But at Geisinger Medical Center in Danville, Pennsylvania, you're putting your life in their hands, and that's not a good thing because the guy that's running the CEO from the hospital that's running it is out of California, and they're nitwits. They're running it like a Nazi concentration camp right now. Every entrance and exit door has at least one or two guards guarding you, hitting you with a metal detector when you walk in the door because they don't trust you. How are they going to stop some wacko? Now, this whole place on the lower floor is mostly glass. Maybe some of the entrance doors in the rear of the building and whatnot are solid steel, but there's still an entrance door. So they're are they having security guards there also? You know, I went to hospitals already that they never questioned my weapon at my side, but they were Americans. Geisinger Medical Centers are not Americans. They are led by someone who is a traitor and someone who is out of California. They want gun control, and you know what? Once you get gun control in all the places, then the Islamics that are trying to invade this country right now are going to take over America. Wake up, people. It's the fact of it is, the traitors to our society are the ones causing the problem. It's just like all this situation with all these homosexuals, lesbians, and transgenders demanding right. They don't have any rights. They don't have a right. If they want to be homosexual, lesbian, transgender, and stay in their own little realm, that's fine. They don't belong in my presence or your presence if you don't want them there. They don't have any special rights. And that's what I say about all these people that's coming here from overseas. They think we owe them something in America. We don't owe anyone coming south of the border, across our border, a penny. They need to earn citizenship. They don't just automatically come here and get everything they want. And it's time we stop that. We stop giving away billions, if not trillions of dollars to people who do not earn it. If you're born here, you deserve to be treated properly. If you're coming across the border from Mexico and other parts of South America, we don't owe you nothing. You're coming here either illegally or you're coming here because you want to change your life. But you don't automatically get the benefit package from coming to America. That's meant for American citizens, especially people like Social Security and things of that sort. That belongs to people who paid in. It don't belong to students going to college. It don't belong to a spouse. This idea of when one spouse is divorced from another, they and and their Social Security age that they get whichever is a higher amount. I don't think I should get a higher amount just based on what my ex was, or my ex should get a higher amount based on what I was. That's not proper. If you get Social Security, it's because you work for it, and nobody deserves it. People have this deserving attitude. We only deserve what we paid in for. We don't deserve what we didn't pay in for. And that's why we're paying trillions of dollars out in social benefits. That's not something that anyone earned, especially with these schools. They're over budgeted by hundreds of billions of dollars. We need to cut the school budgets. One thing we can do to cut the school budgets is busing for the sports programs. We can sports fields. A lot of these kids today, they sit down and cry if they lose a football game or a soccer game or something else because they have a meathead for a coach that just demands that they win, 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 win. Playing sports isn't about winning every game. It's a competitive. It's a competitiveness. You got to be competitive, and you don't have to. If you lose, you don't take it personal. You didn't cause it. You're only human. But why are we spending billions and billions and billions of dollars to fund sports fields, sports programs, bleachers? Uh, Might as well go district put down artificial turf on their football field. Who in the world are they that they get this? They artificial turf? They're not professional players. Let them play on grass. When I was a kid, when I went to school, that's what I done. I played on a football field with dirt and grass, and I done just as well as what anybody else would. Just because they got artificial turf, that doesn't make them any better players. That makes it just more expensive to play the game. If they got artificial turf, let them charge to get in or pay for it themselves. It's time to stop putting all that stuff on taxpayers. Every time they want to do something, we're going to throw it into a tax increase. We're going to throw this into a tax increase. We're going to charge the taxpayers. Well, it's time the taxpayers start showing an empty tank. We no longer can afford it. Stop. You politicians are corrupt. It's time that we stand together and stop paying ridiculous taxes for nonsense situations, especially in public education. Look at the millions of dollars that these colleges get for sports programs. Most of them have large endowment funds, and then they keep taking more from government money. The government needs to stay out of education. If you're going to a college, you pay your own tuition. The government doesn't pay education for anybody. I don't care what you are. I don't care how old you are. I don't care what nation you come from. If you can't pay your tuition, get a job. That's what happened to me and my wife when we was growing up. If we wanted something, we worked for it. And it's time that we get these people that are too lazy to go out and even they're too lazy to work and buy a hamburger. They want mom and dad to give everything. Most of the time, it's always mom. I need this. Mom, I need that. Most of them want an allowance. They don't deserve an allowance. Most kids they don't even help clean up the yards. So why don't people wake up and realize the fact that it is education has changed the minds of all of our young people in the fact that we owe them something. If we have children, we owe them a parenting time where they grow up and we nurture them. We provide food and housing for them and medical expenses. We take care of things. We don't rely on the government to keep us. That means the welfare people don't rely on the government. If you don't want to work, you shouldn't get a welfare check. And those of you who murder your babies, you're on your own. If you kill your own baby, husband or boyfriend, whatever, whoever's involved in the murder, they deserve to pay the price of everything, not Planned Parenthood or anybody else that's getting tax dollars. We need to stop giving away free. Free needs to go away. Have a great day, people. And remember what I said, the only way we're going to change America is to tell the people where the rubber hits the road. If you can't speak English, get out of our hospitals, get out of our stores, and go back to where you came from until you can speak English. If you can't speak English, don't come. That's the bottom line. If you can't speak understandable English, don't come. If you want a job in a technical place like a hospital or a school, you better know fluent English and you better know our Constitution, or don't come. We don't want you. At least I don't. I don't want you here. I don't want you teaching my grandkids uh, your philosophies from your other countries. I don't want your Islamic beliefs being passed on to my grandchildren. I don't want to be in a place where they tell me my school can't serve pork at their lunch room because it offends you. If it offends you, go back to whatever part of the Middle East you came from. I really don't want you here anyhow. I don't trust most of you Muslims as far as I can throw you. You're the evil. You're the evilest people on the face of the earth. Over in the Middle East, you murder your own people. Use Iran and Pakistan for an example. They murder thousands and thousands and thousands of people who will not believe the Islamic lies. And that's all Islam is the satanic lies. Islam has no truth in it. They was murderers from the beginning. They was butchers from the beginning, and they've been liars from the beginning. People wake up because they're moving into to Europe real fast. Look at the trouble they're having over in England and Germany right now. It's Islam. It's Islam. And you know what has control of Islam? Muslims. Because it's not that they're brain dead. They're not, they're only allowed to go so far in school. So they don't really have enough education to uh, guide them away from something wrong. But under Islam, women are treated as third or fourth rate people, and Muslims abuse them. Islamics. I'm going to say Islamics uh, abuse them, and it's time we start to put our foot down and get Islam out of America. People, I'm telling you the way it is. If you don't open your eyes real soon, these parasites are going to take over this country, and you're going to fall prey to all that they want because they don't stop. They continue push their agenda, and if you don't like your agenda, they'll kill you. Eventually, they'll come around and they'll kill you or cause something that brings agony into your life. Don't trust a Muslim, especially one that is Islamic. Have a great day, folks. If you like my channel, please hit the like button and subscribe. I'm going to tell you the truth, and I don't care who it hurts. If it hurts you, that's fine. At least I got the message out. I'm going to tell you the truth. And the biggest destruction force we have in this world today is Islam. Their mosques are going up all over the place. They're building their own schools. They're even infiltrating our education system. And the teachers are teaching Islamic rules, regulations, and laws. If they want to learn Islam, go to where you came from. Stay out of America. We don't want you.